Hey guys, Trainer Julie here, coming at you with a strength and conditioning circuit. Today the only equipment you will need is something in the form of weight for some resistance of the strength portion. I'm going to be using a gallon of water for round number 1, and I'm going to be using 2 dumbbells for the second round to show you the different hand positions that you would hold for each exercise, 1 versus 2. The only other piece of equipment I have is a mat. Some of the exercises will require you to lay down on your back. You don't need a mat if you're comfortable on the ground in your own house, but this is concrete, so I'm definitely going to be using a mat for mine. Our timing today will be 30 seconds of a strength exercise, followed by a 5-second switch. During that switch, you will be dropping your weight, putting down your water or putting down the dumbbells. To prepare for the conditioning, we will do 30 seconds of the conditioning. That will be no equipment necessary, so it's just about getting that heart rate up. After that 30 seconds, you'll have 10 seconds to rotate. We won't be actually rotating today because everything is going to take place in a small little space, but that 10 seconds is where you're going to grab your weight again and prepare for the next 2 exercises that are coming at you. Here we go, getting started with the warm-up. Today's warm-up will require no equipment. Everything will be body weight. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. So first exercise will be a heel to toe rock. It's important with a warm-up to go through your body's full range of motion at each of the major joints that you'll be working out. So right now we're starting with the ankles. You're just rolling forward and backwards as high as you can in either position. Next, we're going to make our way up to the knee. Bend your knee behind you as far as you can. Also known as butt kickers. If you want, you can grab and hold for just a second or 2. You don't want to hold in any one position too long during a warm-up. You want to keep it dynamic. So moving through your full range of motion. Next, we'll go up to the hips, bringing your knees up high as you can. We're starting slow, just getting everything warmed up and awake. And you can take your hip out to the side a little bit. Knees out, as high as you're comfortable. Good. Next we'll go into a trunk rotation. Rotate as far as you can to either side. Rotate your head along with your body. Get your torso all warmed up. Next, we're going up to the shoulders, arms out wide. Give yourself a nice hug. Switch which arm is on top. Again, you're going through the full range of motion that your shoulders will allow. Good, can't forget about the neck. We're going to go into some neck circles, a few in either direction. All right, now that all of our joints are at least a little bit loosened up, we're going to pick up the pace a little bit, go into a nice easy jog. You don't have to go faster yet. Pick those knees up a little bit higher. You can do a high knee jog. And we'll pick up the pace a little bit faster. Get that heart rate up, blood flowing. We'll slow down a little bit into the wide knee. You can add a little bit of a jump with this. We're not going too crazy yet. Next, arms out wide, feet wide. Reach down to your opposite toe, all the way up. Involving the hips, the back, the shoulders. And now we'll go back into our easy jog. This time we're going to turn it into a little bit of a butt kicker. the pace, kicking as quick as you can. All right, how are we feeling? You ready to get this circuit started? First strength exercise today will be a goblet squat. So you'll hold the water, the kettlebell, the dumbbell, whatever you have for your weight, out at your chest. You're gonna squat down as low as you're comfortable. I'm gonna start the timer here in a second. It'll be telling you when to go, when to stop, when to switch. I'll be doing it right along with you. So timer is starting now. Begin your goblet squats. And remember, with a squat, you want to be about hip width apart. Keep your knees behind your toes. You want your chest to stay up tall. You can pick the depth here. You can do a half squat. You can go all the way down into a deep squat. You tailor this to what works for you. Our first conditioning exercise is a line hop. We're going to be jumping forward and backwards over an imaginary line. Front and back. If you're unable to jump, you're going to go into a little quick feet. Either way, the goal with the conditioning part is to keep your heart rate up. So you want to be moving as quick as you can. Focus on your breathing. Got less than 10 seconds. And you're grabbing your weight. We're going to go into a shoulder press. So grab your water. Shoulder press will start at your chest and it will go over your head. If you have any shoulder limitations, you don't have to press over. You can do a front raise, coming straight out in front of you. If you're able to, I want you to do the full press. Over your head. You want your arms to end right next to your ears. Last 10 seconds. Then we're going into a line hop. We're going to go laterally this time. Good. Weight down. We're hopping side to side now. Same thing. Keep that heart rate up. You want to go as quick as you can. If you can't jump, you can do a little sideways action without the actual jump. Keep those feet moving. Last 10 seconds. We're going into a deadlift for our next strength. Good. Need your weight. Feet are hip width apart. Bend down, grab your weight, and stand up. Remember, hips go back. Back is nice and straight. Chest is tall with the deadlift. And remember, exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. Our next conditioning exercise is an inchworm. Weight down. Inchworm. Hands on the ground. Walk out to the push-up position and walk back. You want to get as many reps in as you can. You can come all the way up or you can stay down and just walk from your feet out to the push-up position. Just keep moving. Our next strength exercise will be a bicep curl. So you'll need your weight. You can hold sideways or you can hold upright. Whatever is more comfortable. Coming up into a bicep curl. If you have 2 water jugs, you can use that as well. You tailor this workout to your fitness level. Last 10 seconds here. Then we're going to go into a lunge kick. It'll be a step back and a kick forward. Weight down. Lunge kick is a step back, kick forward, step back, kick forward. At the halfway mark, I'll let you know and we will switch to the other side. Keep moving as quick as you can. And switch to the other leg. Keep moving. Make sure you're breathing as well. That's 3 seconds. Our next strength exercise will be a single leg deadlift. If you have something to hold on to, you can for this one. You're hinging forward at your hips, coming up tall. If you don't need to hold on, great, work on your balance. Hinging at the hips, chest is tall, legs stay straight out behind you. We're only doing one leg. We'll get to the other side then. Our next conditioning exercise is a skier. Feet down, skier, one foot in front of the other, then switch. As quick as you can. You can elongate it if you want to, or keep your heart rate up. Small little steps. Whew. Halfway there. Our next strength exercise will be a deadlift with the other leg. Grab your weight. Deadlift on the other side. Again, you can hold on if you need to. Your weight should be in the opposite leg that is planted. Whew. Remember to breathe. Keep that chest tall. Our next conditioning is a skater. Skaters, you're just jumping side to side. You can slow this down into a step. You can pick it up into a quick skater, hand down or hand up if you want to go nice and quick side to side. Just keep moving. Last 10 seconds. Our next strength will work triceps. Grab your weight. We're doing an overhead tricep extension. Starting with the weight straight over. Bend your elbows back and extend up. You want to keep your elbows as close to your ears as you can. Every time you bring the weight up, exhale. Our next conditioning exercise is a squat jump. Weight down. Squat jump, hip width apart. Squat down, jump up. Squat down, jump up. If you're unable to jump, squat and just come up onto your toes. Just keep moving. Last 10 seconds. Last exercises will be on the floor. You'll need your weight. Going into a chest press. Start at your chest and press up. Elbows stay out to the side. Stay right above your chest. Exhale on the way up. Our next conditioning exercise will be a flutter kick. You'll stay on your back. Weight down. Hands can go under your lower back if you'd like. if not, hands out to the side. You're kicking up. And try and keep this as fast as you can. Keep that heart rate elevated. Core is nice and tight on this one. Our next strength exercise is a bridge. Feet planted, and pick your hips up as high as you can. Hips go up. Squeeze your glutes and your hamstrings on the way up. Exhale on the way up. For more of a challenge, you can hold at the top for a second or two. Our conditioning exercise will be mountain climbers. And begin. Bring those knees in. You can step or you can jog like a traditional mountain climber. You pick your pace. Remember to breathe. Next strength, we'll be back on our back. Grab your weight, down on your back for a pullover. Start straight above you, down as far as your shoulders allow, and pull straight up. Keep your core engaged. Your back should not be arching. Again, exhale as you pull up. And our last conditioning exercise is plank to push up. Start in a plank position and push up to the push-up position, back down to plank. You want to keep your hips as square as you can. Alternate arms every few reps so you stay even. This is your last one. Finish strong. Great job, everybody. Take a water break. Hey guys, while you're taking your water break, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about round 2. It is going to be the same premise, same time, the same exercises, but for this round, I am going to use 2 dumbbells. I understand not everybody probably has dumbbells at home, so you can stick with your water jug for this round as well. I want to show you how you can use 2 dumbbells, or if you want 2 water jugs, something in each hand, how you would adapt each of the strength exercises. The conditioning exercises are going to stay the exact same, no equipment needed. So here we go for round 2. As you know, our first exercise is a goblet squat. Timer is starting now. If you're using your 2 weights, you can rack them up on your shoulders and squat just like you normally would. Everything form stays the same. If you have kettlebells, you can use those as well. Squat as low as you're comfortable. Our first cardio or conditioning exercise is our forward line hops. Weight down, hopping forward and backwards, or you can do your quick feet if you're not jumping. Make sure you're breathing. You want to focus on your form for round 2. You're a little more tired than you were for round 1. So breathe, focus on your form. Next strength exercise is a shoulder press. Grab your weights, 1 or 2. You're starting at your shoulders and you're pressing over your head. You rotate if you want, like I am, or you can stay out to the sides. You adjust to whatever you feel comfortable with. Last 10 seconds. Exhale on the way up. Our cardio or conditioning exercise is a lateral line hop. Going side to side. As quick as you can. You do want your toes to stay forward though. You don't want to twist. Just side to side. Last 10. Next strength is a deadlift. Heavy weights. Start with them on the floor. Hips back, back flat, and stand up. If you're using two, you can go down at the sides as well, or keep it in front. Knees bend, hips back, back flat. Chest tall, exhale on the way up. Inchworms for your conditioning. Out to the push-up position, and back to your feet. If you want to come all the way up, you can. Bicep curls are the next strength. If you have two, you have the option to alternate, or you can do both at the same time. Again, exhale on the way up. Focus on your form now that you might be getting tired. Elbows stay tucked in at your sides. Our conditioning is a lunge kick. Weights down. Step back, kick forward. Again, I'll tell you when halfway is up, and we'll switch legs. Keep this as quick as you can. Switch. We have the single leg deadlift. If you have two weights, you hold one in each hand. You need to have some balance if you're going to do two at a time. You still hinge forward. Chest stays tall. Again, we're sticking with one side. We will hit the other leg later. Conditioning is skiers. Weights down, one foot in front, and switch. If you need to slow it down into a step, you can. If not, keep it as quick as possible. Toes stay forward. Last 10. Keep those feet moving. Next we have the other deadlift. So other leg planted. And hinge forward. Very difficult exercise if you have two weights. You need to have good balance. Our next conditioning is the skater. Weights down, jumping side to side for those skaters. Quick or slow it down to a step if you need to. Just keep moving. Last 5. One weight if you have two. You probably only want one for this one. Overhead tricep. Weight above. Bend down, straighten above your head. Keep your elbows tight to your ears. Exhale on the way up. If you have shoulder issues, you can do a kickback with this one. If you can't go over the head. Squat jumps is our conditioning. Squat down, jump up, or up to the toes. Just keep moving. Last 10. We're on the floor for the last 6 exercises. Have your weights. Chest press. Start at your armpits and press up. Exhale on the way up. Conditioning is flutter kicks. Weights on the side, flutter kicks. Switch those legs as quick as you can. Hands under your back if you need extra support. Keep those legs moving and breathe. Next strength is bridges. Hips down. If you want to add a little bit of weight this time, you can put the weight on your hips. Bridge up. Squeeze your glutes. Our next conditioning is mountain climbers. Weights off to the side. Again, jog, step, you pick the pace. Make sure you're breathing. Down to your back. One weight for pullovers. Starting over your head, down as far as your shoulders or the weight will let you go. And keep those cores tight. No arching the back. And our last conditioning is plank to push-up. Start in the plank position and push to the push-up. Keep those hips flat. Drop down to your knees if you need a modification. Or hold here, or hold the push-up position. Almost there. Last one. Finish strong. Great job, everybody. You guys rocked it. You did awesome today with the strength and conditioning circuit. I'm going to end with a few simple stretches to help you cool down. So you'll need to be down on your back or down on your butt, feet straight out in front of you. You're going to keep a tall chest, lean in, and grab your toes if you're able to. This is going to stretch out those hamstrings and lower backs. It's important to stay up tall, even if you're able to hunch over forward. Keep yourself up tall, keeps the hips back, and really stretches the full part of your hamstring. Each stretch, you're going to hold between 15 and 20 seconds. The next one, feet will be wide. Bring your elbows down toward the ground, but again, you're keeping your chest tall. Okay, back should stay flat. I don't want to see any of that rounded, nice and tall. Elbows toward the floor. I'm going to stretch out the inner thigh. Our next exercise or stretch will be a butterfly. Feet together, slide in as close as you can. You can use your elbows to press down on your knees for some extra resistance. This should be stretching your groin. Again, 15 or 20 seconds of each stretch. Our next stretch will be for the quad. Down on your side, grab your top foot, bring it behind you. You want to keep your knee down on the other knee. You don't want your leg up tall. Pull back if you're not feeling much of a stretch. You can bring your whole leg back as opposed to just your foot. You adjust based on your flexibility. And then we'll switch to the other side. Grab that top leg and pull behind you. For that added stretch, bring your whole leg back. That should stretch up into your hip flexor as well as your quad. All right, for our next stretch, we'll be up into a kneeling position. Half kneeling, one foot flat. Gonna lean in. Feel the opposite hip flexor stretching. If you want to change the stretch a little bit, you can change the position of your ankle. You should feel it stretching inner or outer hip flexor. And we'll switch to the other side, opposite foot flat, and lean in. Feel the hip flexor stretching. And if you want to rotate that foot out, you'll get a stretch a little bit different. And you can rotate it in. Feel the stretch more on the outside. And next we'll be up to our feet. We're going to do a calf stretch. You can step one foot back. Keep your heel flat. If that doesn't get you enough of a stretch, you can go over to a wall and put half of your foot on the wall. And then lean in. And switch to the other side. As far up the wall as you can go. Lean in, keeping your knee straight. All right, that's all I have for you this morning.